Welcome to Thought Cops, the only podcast for every week. We talk about what's outraging the internet, and then we let you be the judge, we let you be the jury, we let you be the executioner, too, in the court of public opinion. Coming to you live from Neo Chicago. I'm Officer Kevin.
And I am Officer Grant.
And we're doing things a little differently tonight. We got some technical difficulties. The computer that has been with us the entire time, the entire ride.
Shit the bed.
Shit the bed.
Shit
Stopped
right
working.
in the middle of my bed. I threw out my sheets. I had to do some Febreze. You know how it is.
Oh, I know.
It died. The battle station died.
Press F to pay respects. Let's give a thank you to our guest from last week, Martin Felshman. Thank you, Martin. Hell yes.
So I don't mean to be a douchebag that snaps instead of claps, but I'm holding the beer in the one hand, and you know how it is.
And we feel it. And we got a returning guest this time to the show.
And a convicted criminal.
Oh boy, that's right. We got Chicago comedian Luke Taylor. What's up, Luke?
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming back, man. We've had Luke on the show a couple times before. But this time,
he's in
solo, baby.
Solo. Usually with my two friends, Wyatt and David.
The Shrimp Boys.
The Shrimp Boys.
Hilarious sketch group here in Chicago. Luke's also a part of Helltrap Nightmare. You guys have been touring. You guys have been grinding hard. How's that been going, man?
It's been going good, man. Yeah. It's so... for those that don't know, Helltrap is it's a monthly variety show that we do at the Hideout in good old Chicago, Illinois, Neo Chicago. And we also travel around with it. We were on tour a couple months ago. It was pretty fun. What do we got coming up? We're going to Fort Wayne, Indiana. So, if any thought cadets? What is there a name for the?
I think we decided federales, but I don't.
I think deputies fits better. I wanted deputies to be the people who come on the show and we deputize them, but I guess we just deputize all the fans. You're all deputies in your own way.
We love y'all.
Well, if we got any deputies out in Fort Wayne, Indiana,
I'm sure there's a couple.
Yeah, we'll be at Let's Fest on August 2nd. Yeah, I'm doing plugs first, bro. How about
go ahead.
No,
go off.
Great.
I knew somebody who I think either found out about you guys through this or through something, but I know he said he saw you guys in North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he said it was awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Making connections.
Yeah.
I went to college with a girl from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Really?
All I can say is good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah.
We went last. That place is so crazy. It's such a classic Midwest, like Rust Belt world town, but it is a classic thing where I think they have a big college there. But it was like the bar was cool, the show we did was cool, but then like 2 blocks away from it, every direction was just like hell world. It was just like, oh, this place isn't like fun or good. I don't know.
I don't know anybody from Indiana who is proud that
fan. Yeah. I guess Indianapolis is supposed to be cool, but I've never been.
I don't know too many Indiana stands. What about you, Grant?
I got some family in Indiana.
How are they?
They're all right.
You guys get along, or?
Well, there's a whole family lore of like because my family's full of insane people that fight with each other and then never talk to each other.
Me too.
Aren't we all? Isn't we all?
And that's why we're here doing this.
Exactly.
Yeah, that I was actually estranged with a lot of that family for a long time.
Let's talk about this.
And then eventually sort of reconnected, and it's like, oh no, they're all great people.
We're all just people.
We're all just people.
That's right. Now, Grant, you did mention that Luke is a convicted felon.
Yeah, he's here in handcuffs right now. We got we're doing the whole good cop, bad cop routine. I'm being the bad cop. Kevin's the good cop, obviously. Kevin's the best cop,
Best in the biz.
Best boy cop and worst girl cop.
Oh, no. Yeah, so Luke, I'll let you explain.
Yeah, so I was lightly canceled yesterday for it's such a saga, really. This whole thing. It's a multi-step process, but
it's an anime story arc in and of itself.
It is. It really is, and in the end, my new power is sometimes people will come onto my Instagram and be really mean to me for no reason. The end result of this is that I got banned from Twitter for threatening to kill the fictional mascot of the Planners Corporation, Mr. Peanut. I was banned for that. I was approached by Vice Media to write an article about it, which I did.
That's so like I don't want to cut off the story because the story is like my favorite. I feel like this is the most exciting thing to happen on Thoughtcops in a long time.
It is so wild because just before, I was already going to come and do this, but literally in the time that we figured out a recording time, I got canceled online.
I know, you texted me. I guess we got something to talk about.
Yeah.
But how did they reach out to you? What were the like time limits for this article? Because I read the article, which is fucking hilarious. We'll link to it in the. But when I saw it, it was so surreal to see its existence and to see like you on
it's crazy.
Vice. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Hilarious.
It's crazy. It was very much so. I was posting about getting banned from Twitter because of the Mr. Peanut thing for a while because I just thought it was funny.
And that was a funny bit. I was always for months to see Luke, talk about putting a bullet in that peanut.
Yeah. It was a fun. Literally, it's like, and that is the core of everything we're going to talk about. What I thought was just a sort of fun, dumbass goof for me and my 20 broken brain Twitter friends became so much more. So, acquaintance from college who writes for Vice was like, "Hey, me and my editor were talking and we're like, would you want to write like something about this?" And I was like, sure, why not? You know what I mean? I was like, why not? That's cool. At the very least, like, I'll showcase these funny things I did, and it's like a cool, fun thing. Like, oh yeah, it's cool. You're writing for Vice. Yeah. I was wrong. It's not cool, and I should die. That's what I learned.
Some folks do say so.
So, okay, this article released. It's on what's today? July 9th. So yesterday, July 8th, and so basically, there's a couple of things to keep in mind here. So I was tweeting things like. Mr. Peanut would say, "Anybody want a peanut?" And I would tweet at him, "I want a bullet in your brain." Or he posted a picture of like, "Look at this picture I drew of the cheese balls we sell." And I would say, "Looks like shit, moron."
Right.
Just dumb, really, like, some of them kind of funny, others of them like purposefully, and because I couldn't think of anything better, dumb.
There's like a visceral instinct though when you see someone in a mascot costume to like beat the shit out of them.
Right.
There's actually some statistic of how many of those people that work at sports stadiums get assaulted on the regular.
That's crazy.
It's a totally humanistic. I'm not condoning it. But it's a humanistic thing to look at that and just be like, I want to hit you. I don't know why.
Well, it's interesting because that was what a lot of people's argument against me was, which was that. So I put out this article. Important things to keep in mind here. I only tweeted at the character Mr. Peanut. I never attacked planners or the person running the account. I always made it very, very clear I was talking to a fictional peanut man.
Yes.
I wrote this article. I was like, it's kind of weird I was banned considering I didn't like threaten violence against a real person. Very tongue-in-cheek article. I know that like it literally obvious, like whether I should have been banned or not, it literally Twitter's rules are promoting violence get banned. It's just stupid, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's silly.
Or so I thought.
Yeah.
And then sort of, I don't know how do you call it. The posting elite of Twitter really did not like my article.
The media people,
the
check marks.
The check marks, really the classic check marks, and really sort of almost entirely all the hate I received was from people I didn't even really know who they were on Twitter. I mean, not because they say like, oh, they're fucking like nothing. Like, no, I think it's just like different spheres.
I recognize some of those people who were like, I'm like, what the fuck?
I know, yeah. And basically the main argument against me is they thought what I was doing was bad because it was attacking a person who had to read those behind the account. Now there's people took this a lot of different ways, and the baseline, that's sort of the baseline argument is that you shouldn't make someone running the account have to read death threats, which maybe I tend to think that what I was doing was sort of funny. And I think that's sort of a lot of the hate I got. It's like, if you didn't think it was funny, that's fine. Yeah. But it sort of became something more because, like, I mean, literally hundreds, if not thousands of people tweeted at me or about it. Obviously, I was going crazy, like reading it all day yesterday. It was a completely surreal day.
And you have to read it all,
I mean, I could not stop. It was insane.
Right.
Yeah.
But then it started to take on this crazy thing where people were like, actually, what you're doing is the same as going to a Starbucks and screaming at the barista for not getting your order right. And I was like, I don't think that's like the same. It's like, it's like, I'm not like, I'm very much like, cool. Understand why you could be mad at me, blah, blah, blah. If you're like, oh, maybe like, especially, I mean, the main people who got mad at me were social media managers, which of course I think I hit a pretty strong nerve there.
Yeah.
And people who probably haven't had real jobs where they've had to have people scream at them.
Right. There really is. It's like, I don't want to go too hard on that because I am scared I'm going to get canceled more a little bit right now. But yeah, no, I think man.
It's all the people I noticed. A lot of the people who are very much like eat the rich, anti-capitalism, like 24 hours a day, post, were like defending Planters Corporation.
They're defending a fictional fucking character.
Yeah.
And there's, someone put this to me in a good way. I think it's such a sort of bad faith argument to assume that the person running the account is like so like feeble and weak that seeing
that too, me
doing my weird joke would like destroy them, you know? It's like
babying, infantilizing.
Yeah, it's just so, it's so strange.
And there's also tools to deal with it. Like you just block the person.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Like Mr. The Planners Corporation blocked me. People were like, well, maybe they didn't block you because they didn't know what you were going to do. And I was like, if you look at the tweets, it's so clear.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or you could look at my account. I literally have my comedy stuff posted in it. It's not like I'm hiding who I am. I'm not some random account being like Luke 8675, like 24 followers. It's like, no, I'm like on Twitter. You know what I mean? It's like
you're like the Pizzagate equivalent of the Planters Corporation.
Yeah. It's God. Oh God.
Look into this Mr. Peanut Man.
Crazy.
Even in that article, you specifically said you were not targeting the person behind the account, but rather the fictional character, Mr. Peanut, who is kind of a dick.
Right. Yeah, no, it's also,
he's a fucking,
I thought he was, it's so wild because it's like, I never thought I would have to explain this stupid joke so much. You know what I mean? It's like, if we get into it, it's like, it's a funny target because he's like literally a symbol of bourgeois cartoonism. And it's like, it's funny to threaten to kill this guy. Or so I thought, but I learned from a lot of great posters out there that if you're not allowed to do that at all.
Yeah, and he's sort of like the peanut embodiment of the Monopoly Man, which everybody uses as a meme for like you said, eat the rich.
Yeah.
So we're going to kill the Monopoly Man and eat him, but a literal food item is off the table.
It's so crazy. I just think the funniest response, like to me, is when someone was like, basically what you're doing is hate right now, and actually, and then just like finishing off the thought being like, and actually, it's not really funny. And I was like, cool. What do you want from me? You know?
Yeah, I know a lot of folks were calling it abuse.
Yeah. And I do. It's a hard thing because it's like, I am legitimately sorry if I hurt the person running the account's feelings. You know what I mean? That was never my intention. I tend to think that I was at least hoping this would be a world where it was like, I made what I was doing clear to the point where it was like not a personal thing.
Yeah.
It's wild, man. Someone literally just commented on my Instagram this story of her being a social media manager and about some guy who like threatened her life until he sent her a hoodie, and then she used her own money to send the hoodie because she was so scared. Mm-hmm. Which is horrible.
Yeah, totally. And that's when you call the police.
Right.
And hey, this is legally stalking at this point.
Right. Or even if it's like, whatever, you don't feel comfortable calling the police, whatever it is, it's like, for sure, like, I'm really, really sorry that happened to that person, but like, that is fully a false equivalency. Like, I just didn't, I don't know. It's a weird thing. I do think it comes down to, in a lot of ways, it's like how important you think being online is. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, to me, it's like there's this disconnect between the realities of the people who got really mad in it and me are. And I'm trying at least not to say that theirs is worse or better, but it's like you truly believe that me harassing this account is the same as harassing someone in real life to some degree, in a way that I fundamentally do not believe that, which is why I did it in the first place.
No, as a person that's worked those fucking menial jobs and has had people come in and harass and scream at you and shit, there's no fucking... what's the one line? Who's that? Tyler, the Creator, is like, cyberbullying isn't real because you can close the laptop. Like, it's not... obviously these are real people in real life. There's real life consequences. Talking about like Pizzagate and shit like that. Like that originated online. Look at the result of it. Like the place got shot up or some shit or whatever the fuck. I don't even remember. But it's like
Ping Pong. It's right by my childhood home. Funny enough. I think I've talked about this on here before.
I think so. Yeah.
A guy came in and fired one bullet into the air, and he literally just wanted to see the pedophile ring. Yeah. Like he legitimately was like, "I'm not going to kill anyone. I just want to see it."
Now there's a tough service industry job. Show me the basement.
Lucky enough, when he shot that bullet into the air, hit Jeffrey Epstein's airplane.
And that's how they finally got him, because a bunch of papers got sucked out.
That one man took him down.
And that man was named Q.
Q got confused that day.
Yeah, but I think the one thing I like the most about the article itself is how you just sort of let everything roll over you. Like you said, you're apologetic to if someone was legitimately hurt or concerned about it, but for the most part, you were just like, "Hey, this happened. This is pretty funny."
Yeah, that is the most surreal part. Is that it is like, in writing this, I just never expected this in a million years, and I think that's like the dissonance thing, right? Because it's like I just like think that maybe my reality is different than the reality of the people that got mad at me, or like they're just the values of like what it's like. Twitter for me is the dumb thing where I test out jokes and I like fuck around with my friends. Yeah. And Twitter for them truly is their jobs and their livelihoods, and like posting literally is important, and it like is it's just crazy, man.
I also think it's so many people just taking themselves way too seriously.
I know. I mean, it's hard not to be like, it's just like it literally, I was laughing with the dude who like edited it, and we were just like, we just became the thing on Twitter yesterday.
Something to do.
Like literally we became the thing to dunk on or talk about for 24 hours, which is surreal. And
I just felt like you were undunkable. I felt like there was no dunking. There were people that...
Dude, I that's it. It's like, it was so out of my mind. It's like, it's because I literally made it clear I was only talking about the character.
And people were commenting on other people's comments that were like, this is a character.
I mean, and also at the end of the day, it is crazy though, bro, getting fully canceled in real time. It is crazy because it truly, I just felt so exhausted yesterday that I was like, what if I'm wrong and Mr. Peanut is real? It's like you truly like go. It was truly like crazy. I also started that day so hungover from 4th of July weekend barbecue that I almost threw up during work. So it was like was just like I'm literally like I'm shaking. I'm about to throw up, and there's people yelling at me online, and I'm just like, it's terrible. Too crazy. Yeah, wild.
Holy shit,
it's wild, man.
That is a harrowing tale, man.
Dude,
that is.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think one of my favorite comments on it was someone said, it's real immature. This is abuse. Blah blah blah. And then she said, Twitter needs to do something about this. And it's like you realize in the headline of the article is you saying Twitter deleted my account.
Yeah. God,
did you get banned again?
Do something
I did get banned again, and I think the funniest part is so it's for those who don't know, when you get banned on Twitter, it takes weeks to process appeals.
Yeah.
I got banned on my first account, appealed it, still banned. Made the second account, got banned for running multiple accounts, and then my first account like an hour later, because you can't run multiple accounts if you get banned.
Fuck?
No, that's a thing.
Yeah, it's because they like stop like Alex Jones and shit, and like from starting new accounts. And then my first one that usually takes weeks to get the repeal set, it literally says you've been permanent, or it says like you've been suspended indefinitely. It's so wild.
So
I'm off Twitter now, which
may be a blessing in disguise.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, that's what's so funny, man. I mean, not to be like the like guy who's like, whatever, it doesn't even matter, but it is like, whatever, man. It doesn't. It's like, it doesn't. It's I'm just off Twitter. It sucks. I can't read everyone's dumb shit.
And that's I mean, there's a fun aspect.
That sucks. Like I lost this fun thing I do online.
Yeah. Something to do when taking a dump. Yeah.
I'm curious if people keep harassing me on Instagram, but we'll see. I decided today, I was thinking about like sort of the like where it stands on this, and then I was just like, I just deleted all of them because I was like, yeah, it's my Instagram account. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Who cares? You know what I mean?
You don't have to look at them.
I literally don't. It's such a weird thing. I think Twitter too, because you can't delete other people's stuff ever, no matter. You know what I mean? Like Instagram is very much about your account and like what you're posting, and and it's only account to account. But Twitter is very much like communal space. You know?
Right.
Yeah. Fuck, man. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Did I hit all the bases? I mean, it's like.
I think so.
I'm thinking about here. I literally wrote that because it's like I've obviously been thinking about it and talking about it nonstop.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Oh yeah, the one thing about it that I was thinking is it definitely like the people who are mad at me. It definitely feels like sort of the like. It's elementary school, and it's the people like the people in class who like want to pay attention to the teacher turning back to me, fucking around with my friends and being like, can you just take this more seriously? Right. Like there's this element where everyone was just mad at me for not taking posting seriously enough. Yeah. And like that's what I'm being punished for, is like I just didn't do it good enough. You didn't. It's all very serious because this is our jobs, and there's actually a person with a job there and they really care. And it's, I don't know. I know people who do social media manager jobs and they're like, yeah, you know, it sucks when people are weird to me online, but yeah.
Comes with the territory, man. And I wish I had that job instead of some of the jobs that I've had in the past.
Dude, same. Yeah. I'd rather be literally tweeting for a... Man, it's so hard not to get completely into this, but there was someone who was saying like, oh, like social media managers actually make $15 an hour. Like that's their medium income. And it's like,
so do I.
Yeah, right. Maybe that's true too across all social media managers, but I highly doubt one of the biggest food like corporations in the world is paying the person who tweets around their account that has 10 million people following it $15 an hour. It's just, it's such a false equivalent. It's the false equivalent.
Smaller companies and startups that pay that much.
Totally. 100%. Yeah, and they hire like a 22-year-old to do it, but it's like you don't think that there's someone who's not like a seasoned professional.
Yeah.
So
no, they have an entire graphics team behind them.
Exactly. It's like it's so choosing. It's like willful ignorance and such bad faith with it all. That's what's so amazing to me. It's like I don't know. We're coming at this with different sets of rules, I guess. I don't know.
That's what it is, man. Just people have different sets of rules and nobody can agree on it. And that's probably why you're better off not on Twitter.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about this. Like I was talking to someone, it's so, because you imagine these people are out there, right, who would get mad at you for something like this. Yeah. And we spend all the time on horrible irony Twitter, as the three of us do, sort of just like dunking on those people in the abstract, you know? Yeah. But I think at a certain point, I like forget that those people are real accounts in the world, you know? And then they come for you and they say nothing, you know? Like it's, and then you're like, oh yeah. No, this is actually, most of this website is people also just doing this to people, you know? Yeah. Wild.
It's a good bit though.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, but speaking of being online, speaking of posting, let's get to that very famous, very favorite segment of the show, 2 minutes of hate. We like to blanket punish people. We like to make them suffer for what they've done to us by making us read their disgusting little posts online. I'll begin. My 2 minutes of hate this week is insert city here. I'm in you. You ever see that people on Facebook where they're like, Philadelphia, I'm in you, and we're all supposed to comment.
Have we done this before?
It's possible, man.
Dude, I have so many fucking moments of deja vu doing this show sometimes.
No, like somebody was like complaining to me about something I said on the Derek Acosta episode. Yeah, and it was like something like menial about like I guess we were dunking on Doctor Who.
And they got mad.
And I don't remember it at all. Like I don't know if I'm supposed to be alarmed by that.
The Britophiles or whatever.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Whovians.
Yeah, so I guess, Whovians. I don't know. People...
David Tennant.
I'm just like, don't take anything here seriously. I don't remember what the fuck I said.
Yeah.
Which is, again, maybe a bigger issue for me, but...
And also maybe sort of getting at the core of what we're talking about.
Right.
Yeah. You can't tweet it... It is psycho. It just reminded me of it is weird to be put in this situation of being like the guy being like, you can't say anything anymore, you know? Right. I don't feel that way at all. And then I just am. So that's,
PC culture going too far. Can't make fun of a peanut anymore.
The craziest thing, there's 2 articles right now on like conservative websites with that headline and about my article.
Holy
and I'm like,
shit.
oh, no. You guys, that's not it. That's not it. Like, these libs will do anything to take down a guy just trying to have a laugh. And it's like, no. I don't think that's what we're looking for here. Yeah.
Check it out on Breitbart.
Yeah. God. Oh.
Yeah. When's your Alex Jones interview?
Tomorrow. David, another member of the Shrimp Boys, was saying when I was writing it, what if it's a Larry David situation and they got you to write this part of the article and it's about a grander thing about men who were disgraced from Twitter, and it's like an interview with you, an interview with Alex Jones, an interview with
Milo.
Yeah. And it's like, and then you're like, no. And then it sort of is happening in real time. So there we go.
What a world.
Sorry to derail your hate, man.
Chicago, I'm in you.
Chicago, I'm in you.
Fort Wayne, Luke will be in you.
Well, Fort Wayne, I will be in you. August 2nd through the morning of the 3rd at a place for Let's Fest.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like most of this stuff, I don't exactly know why it annoys me. I guess it annoys me because I see it done so often and just done so mindlessly.
It's another internet-ism.
Anything like that, yeah. These epic internet in it. Another, what was that? The otter thing.
The otter.
Another internetism.
What's the otter thing?
There was this thing we talked about a number of episodes ago where some aquarium was in trouble for calling their otter
fat shaming an otter,
calling them a thick or chungus or some.
Calling an animal
bullshit.
at a museum or an aquarium chungus is so fun. That's such a funny real world application of.
Oh god, some stuff just is like too sad to laugh at. But
and if you post the wrong way, they're gonna come for you next. That's just a word of warning to the listeners.
Yeah, we're fucking out there. Guys.
You guys gotta know. This is basically this is a real warning to all my irony bros on Twitter that think it's funny to post. Well, guess what? It can actually go pretty bad if you're not careful.
That's why you just be a normie and say shit like, New York, baby, I'm in you.
I'm in you.
Also, what a disgusting phraseology that is.
Yeah.
I'm in you? Why do they gotta be so fucking gross?
Yeah.
Like, I don't...
It's assault.
I don't want to feel that way when I don't want to see you. I don't want you inside of me. I don't want you near me if you're going to talk that way.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of Chicago. Get out of Neo Chicago. Don't come back.
We don't want you here.
Yeah. So I guess my punishment is Chicago, I'm out of here because you're gone. I'm canceling you from visiting the fair city of Neo Chicago and anywhere else you decide to
you're canceled.
Post that fucking disgusting bullshit.
Letter U, letter R, letter canceled.
Yes.
Luke, do you have 2 minutes of hate?
Yeah. Okay, imagine a guy and he's got like that sort of, he's got a beard.
Right.
He's wearing a flannel shirt.
Okay.
And he has that sort of like swoopy, like was Nazi haircut, like faded sides, swooped. And he's playing acoustic guitar and he's all that guy.
Yeah.
And then he just keeps talking about going to New York City and saying things like, God damn this beautiful city. Oh, yeah. God damn you. Yeah. I come in here and you break my dang heart every time. Yes. This city, I hate you, but I love you at the very same time. Bless you, New York, you beautiful bitch. Like that, you know, I what I'm talking
it's like this, like, always the Instagram caption. Of,
yeah.
Like it's like, it's a fucking bodega, man. Relax.
Yeah. It's literally like, it's just a bunch of fucking dirt and shit, man. Right. Like, yeah, New York's cool. There's cool bars. And you can go see shows or go to the Nintendo World Store or whatever. But it's like, you don't need to freak out, man. It's like, it's such a weird romanticization of New York that it's like, what are you talking about? Like, you're going to like some dumbass bar on the Lower East Side that's like $30 and nobody who's ever actually lived in New York has ever gone to. And God.
You know, we talk about irony on this show a lot, and I feel like, especially the past couple of weeks, but I feel like maybe the reason why irony is such a potent weapon in, you know, the information wars on the online, on the cyber, you know, the web, as they call it, surfing the web, is because of this like hyperbole speak that I feel like was very representative of maybe sort of older internet even, where everything was like fucking awesome, fucking amazing, and you
everything
talk
was
it
on
up.
crack.
Everything's on crack. Everything's fucking and it's like it's just you're just in New York. You're just people. That's where people live. It's just a place. It's like every other place. Like there's good things, there's bad things. But
Fort Wayne, you beautiful bitch. I love you, but I hate what you do to me.
Your beers are so damn strong.
And it's like sometimes you just see that and you just want to tear it the fuck down.
I know it's hard. It's like it's such a weird thing too, because people like that probably mean well, but it's like, why does it piss us off? I think it's because it's virtues. Man. It's just like signaling. You know what I mean? It's like, because you're like, you didn't come up with that. But like you're kind of acting like you are, you know? It's so weird where it's like irony shit, at least it's like no one's saying they came up with anything. They're kind of admitting that anyone came up with anything and they're just fucking around. So there's something like truer about that, I guess. I don't know. It's a weird thing, but I do think you're really onto something there.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how I feel, because there's some times where it's like the, you know, again, going to baseline instincts of like you see a really cute puppy and you just want to smash its face in, and you're like, why do I feel like that? No, that's a legitimate psychological phenomenon.
I don't feel that way.
Cutesy murder or something like that. Like when you feel like something's so cute, you just want to crush it.
I love puppies. I would never.
I'm not saying you would. I'm saying that's a well-studied psychological phenomenon.
Well, I don't know what they're studying.
I do feel like what you're describing, though, is closer to, like, also those same people, though, where they're just like, ooh, goo, it's so cute. I just want to crush it. See, did you guys talk about the bathwater thing? Was that last week?
We did.
Damn it. God.
It just... And I feel like the last few weeks I've had this urge, I have to preface my 2 minutes of hate by saying, I guess it's harmless, but it's just like...
it's just annoying.
It's annoying, and also, like, you ever just fucking see stuff like this and feel so profoundly alone? Because you're like, this is like, I live in this bubble of irony, Twitter, and my stupid fucking friends and everything, and outside of that, like... Grant sucks. Luke's over here getting canceled.
The only guest you can get this week is a man fully getting canceled in real time.
Like, I went to Disneyland last November and I felt so bad about myself. Just everybody's there enjoying it, having a great time. They're wearing the merch. Nobody's not wearing merch, and just this sewer of filth just running through downtown Disney, and I was just like, I gotta get out of here. Like,
why are we all like this? I don't know. I've always been like this too. Since I was like about like 10 years old, is like, I just remember being like, wait a minute, what? Like, what is all this? You know?
Right.
And that's become getting canceled, I guess.
The only way it could all end.
That's the broken promise of the American dream, I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah, man.
And I think the other part of this too is not only is it insincere, but somebody who says something like, New York, I love you, baby, I can't get enough of you.
I want to fuck you, New York.
It's not even about New York.
Stick my dick in your fucking sewer.
It's more about them.
Yeah.
It's
and them like posturing and putting an identity.
I mean, the internet in and of itself is a giant attention-seeking machine, and you see that.
Baby, I love it, man. I do it. We all do it. It's like, we have to do it.
I mean, I think that's the baseline of why people got mad at me for the article. It's not that I did it; it's that I wrote an article about it.
Yeah. But like, you should do those things.
You know, I know. That's what's so weird. It's like, why? It's like it's somehow it's fine, and you wouldn't talk about it unless it gets the attention. I mean, it's kind of a reductive argument, because it's like, that's just, of course, like, no one's noticing until something big happens. But it was like, that's what people were mad. I think a lot of people thought too that I came up with the idea to write this article and did the Mr. Peanut thing.
Excuse, dear Vice, please accept my submission for an article.
It's like, I never would have. It was just a dumb. That's what's like. That's also why it's like easy. Like, I don't feel like so hurt by any of this, because it's like, it was a dumb joke someone just asked me to write a thing about. And it's being treated as if like these freaking idiots over there always coming up with this stuff to make posting even harder for us, you know?
And there's tens of thousands of stupid Vice articles. Like every once in a while, there's a great one that just like knocks it the fuck out of the park. But there's so many like trivial like bullshit ones that are just like whatever. Like this, I'll sometimes tweet advice and be like, "This article's stupid and you should feel bad." But like,
careful.
Oh yeah.
Hey man.
I'm next on the fucking chopping block.
But it's like, that's like, it's like, and I think that is maybe a lot of it is the Vice, and this isn't to talk shit in Vice at all. I'm very happy for it. Whatever my feelings about Vice at large, I do think maybe a big part of this is the fact that it was coming from Vice.
Yeah.
So I think people really took it as if I was some Vice guy versus what it was, which is me fucking around for my dumb internet friends. You know? Right. Yeah.
I mean, that came across to me, but
I'm glad. And I think at the end of the day, to most people, that's how it came across. It was just our vocal few, the social media managers who run our fucking lives. And you guys don't think you're on the chopping block for what you do here. Right. You watch yourself.
It's bound to happen at some point. The Doctor Who fans they've already
the Whovians.
They've risen
You've
up.
Lost them.
Yeah.
They've all got their fucking sonic screwdrivers. They're pointing at my fucking house.
Your fucking Johnson.
I don't even know what the hell that is.
The few, the proud, the social media marketing managers. All right. So do you have a punishment for this fucking Instagram talk of?
Well, I don't want to say anything violent because that's just a big old pat on the bum. Just something. Right. Oh, you stop that. You can't. You can't get canceled. I guess you could.
Wag your a
finger wag.
Yes.
Yeah, a very.
It gets the message across.
Yeah.
Politely.
Don't do that, sir.
Yeah.
Grant, what do you got? Feel free to be as violent as you want to be.
All right, I will be. This goes out to people that I deal with in my everyday life.
All right.
Oh yeah. So what did you do this weekend? Oh well, I went to a comedy show and I saw the new Spider-Man movie and we recorded a podcast. Oh, I didn't know you did a podcast. Oh yeah, I've been doing one for a while. It's just a comedy show. What's the podcast about? Oh, it's about internet outrage and, it's me and my friend Kevin. We just every week.
Shouts out to me.
We've been, I mentioned you. I plug your Twitter to people.
My friend Kevin at
Ultra Kevin 900. We've been doing it for, over 2 years now. And it's about internet outrage and just silly things online and stuff like that. People getting too upset about things. Oh, that's really interesting. You should talk about... No!
Yeah.
No, I will not! I will not talk about it! Whatever it is, it's a bad suggestion.
What's some of the worst
bad. All of them.
Because I know we got our Discord server. We love our Discord people. The Thought Cops Discord server. If you're not in there, you're not living. And folks... are always sending us these guys, because they're in the know. They know what's up. They know the tone of the show. They know exactly, they're like, you got to talk about the gamer girl bathwater. Guess what? Of course we are.
Yeah.
But whatever, whatever they're saying is probably like, Trump. It's like, first of all, we just try to avoid that topic entirely because everybody's
there's no comedy to be gleaned out of it. I think that our Trump tweet segment that we would do.
Stop doing that even until... recently, but
even that I think got to the core of the issue.
Yeah. So
I think what you described is the equivalent of when somebody asked me to tell them a joke. I do
yes, exactly. That's that. Okay, now I understand.
And I tell you what they don't want to hear is, well, I sort of do more like multimedia and group based stuff, and it's a little more avant garde, And it's like they'll just be like, "Oh," I just say no, man. I don't. It's also like that's such a surreal one to me, and it's on the same level because it's like, what. Have you ever seen a comedian tell a joke where you're like, let me think about this if he just said this to me? Like, it's like, that's not even really like, even like the most normie stand-up in the world. Like, that's like not really how it works, man. Like, we're not like Catskill comedians going to be like, oh, what happens when you take a cow and you put it on top of another cow? My wife,
In this world of irony poisoning, like nobody would find that funny.
No,
because
it's like,
I've threatened to kill Mr. Peanut. Dude.
Right. You could say that now. At a party, somebody, it's like, hey...
Yeah. You do that, and you're like, "Hey, can you tell me a joke?" Yeah. Okay. So imagine you're on Twitter, right?
It's like,
imagine, and you see Mr. Peanut, and they tweeted something like, "I don't know, anybody have a peanut?" And then you imagine an account at Luke Taylor Jail tweeting at that. no, but I want a bullet in your brain. And then they laugh, and that's the end of the joke.
But like
they'd be psychotic.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say that's a great litmus test, because sometimes when you meet somebody like at a party or wherever who like actually is like, that's really funny, or you're like, I'm
if
keeping
you tell
this
the
one
story about it, but it's like take any famous stand-up comedian. It's like take any one of their jokes. Either it's going to be a reference or you're going to explain it. But if you were to be like, yeah, so I was walking down the street one day and I noticed this guy on the subway. It's like, they're not jokes. They're just you talking.
No, I mean,
it's so
there's like a few people
sort
that
of,
it's like, it's such an amorphous thing. It's such a weird, I don't know. And I don't really get it because I feel, and it's hard to know because it's like the world we're all in, but like, I've never seen anyone react to that question well, you know? So if you're a thinking, feeling human being in the world, maybe don't ask it. You know, same with your podcast. Though.
Don't suggest anything.
And I feel like there's a wide spectrum of suggestions that I've gotten, and I can't think of anything in particular. But like some people sort of seem to be on the nose with it and understand the premise of the show. And
not to interrupt, but. Somebody literally just messaged me on Instagram, said, this seems like a noteworthy story for Thought Cops. Like,
God damn it. I bet it's not.
Want to find out what it is?
Yeah, litmus tests.
Right.
Or actual tests.
To be fair, this is somebody who's been on the show before, so
okay, well,
maybe it's good.
Hopefully. We'll see.
I think we've actually already talked about this. The Juggalo face recognition.
Yeah, we talked about it.
I thought that, I saw that. I was like, isn't that an article from a while ago?
Exactly. Yeah.
I thought that was the thing 5 years ago. I remember that joke being made.
Yeah, so it'll be, some people are on the nose with it. Sometimes people will suggest things that we've done just now, which is like fine. It's like at least you understand the premise. Sometimes people will be like, for whatever reason, talking to me about like feminism or something like that, and like you should talk about this on the show. And it's like, I am not even alt-right, just sort of like good faith sort of arguments about sensitive topics. And it's like, this is a comedy show.
Yeah, and I'm too dumb for that.
Not be fucking parsing apart feminist arguments about like the Me Too culture and stuff like that. Like, this is not what this is about, and there's no way to make that funny.
And that's when I appreciate the Juggalo face recognition, because that is right in our wheelhouse.
That seems like one-to-one.
And it's like we talk about some of that stuff, but like I feel like that's when the joking stops and we just sort of lay the groundwork for like, hey, some people do bad stuff, some people do things in bad faith. Like, there's some gray area in a lot of this. Like, you know, you stand up for women's rights, and then we make jokes about like, haha, I'm a gamer, #me too. Like, that's the level that we're at, you know.
Gamer Pride Month.
So you get that. You get things that are just like, oh, talk about like what happened in politics, and it's like, I am not doing that. Like, unless there has to be an angle. You don't just talk about things just because, oh, this will be interesting. It's like, it's not.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
So what's your punishment, man?
You start a podcast and you talk about those things.
Oh, there's a great idea.
Yeah,
there's already so many
downloads you get.
Yeah.
And start a Patreon episode 1, because you might as well start early.
Yeah. Begin asking for money immediately.
Yeah.
Put everything behind a paywall.
Yeah.
And nobody knows who you are.
Hell yeah.
It's fucking, there's clubs and bars that do that. Just, super exclusive. Don't even put a name out on it.
Conan did that. No, I think those are free. You can do it if you're Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
You can put it behind a paywall.
He's got the clout for it. He's been around the block.
But, you know, you see a giant line wrapping around a building and no sign in front of the building, and you're like, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
What's in there? I want to go in there. So do that.
It's not as if there aren't a severe abundance of podcasts or anything, so go ahead and start your own.
I fall asleep watching Parks and Rec. I might have like dropped this line maybe a couple episodes ago. I don't remember, but I fall asleep watching Parks and Rec because it's like easy fucking watching. You know, you just put on a sitcom, set a sleep timer, and just fall asleep.
Can't do that. I need complete darkness.
I need the opposite. At all times, or else the existential loneliness gets to my brain and eats it alive. But there's a line where Aziz's character gets has his phone taken away from him for a week, and he's telling Ron about all of the great wonders of the internet, and he's like, there's thousands of podcasts and they're all amazing. Yep, that's right.
So fucking
now
true.
There's probably tens of thousands of podcasts.
Exactly. Yeah, so at that point, yeah.
Millions.
So let's get right to the stories, though.
Let's do it.
Let's get to the stories. So if you haven't listened to Thought Cops before, every week we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories, and then we sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and quite often unusual punishment. Hey, it's summer, baby. The temperatures are hot, and I fucking love this beautiful city, Chicago, and I can't get enough of her. But when I'm inside here recording in Grant's apartment, I do like it to be a little bit colder than it is outside because, you know me, I'm sweating.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys. Are you guys sweaty boys?
Well, I'm a sweaty boy. I usually leave these windows open, but when we're recording a podcast, you know, we get the windows are completely shut and we still get all of the sirens and shit. So
that's why people listen.
Yeah, for the sirens.
So there is an argument online that air conditioning is sexist, or what? There was another
racist.
Was it racist?
No.
It was like something
sexist. It's sexist.
And
could you imagine though?
I don't know. I mean, at this point, so air conditioning. I think this was. But you have the article open, right?
I have an article open. It references. There was a New York Times article that people on Twitter were hotly debating.
Right. You have to.
You have to. This feels like treading old water because we must have talked about this. Someone in our Discord, Nico, mentioned that this was an H3H3 video a long time ago. Air conditioning is sexist. This is sort of redigging that back up. There's a new article that went viral. Everybody's giving their takes on it. My take on it is this. Because it's not fucking worth talking
Nobody
about.
Could see that, but Grant just
I leaned away from the microphone
about 3 inches, and he just did this face, just blank face.
Yeah.
Which is the normal face for Grant. But
yeah, but it's extra normal now.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what is the point in discussing this? Like, so many hot... because men get hotter, and what you can do in an office setting...
I thought it was based off the clothing people wore, because I know Sleep Science in the Discord was saying that if it's too cold, you could always wear layers.
Dress up, but if it's too hot, you can't... And
you can't dress down. They don't let you get naked in the office anymore.
So the argument is that it's because... like women end up wearing less clothes in the office.
I think so.
I'm sort of pawing through the article. I mean, I feel like that is like such a weird angle on it, just because men don't have to wear suits in this. I'm not going to say whether or not women still feel a need to wear dresses and stuff, but that does feel like a sort of like I don't think men really have to wear suits anymore.
It's like it's this weird thing where it's like regressive but also progressive, because it's like, yeah, well, don't people get sick and cold in the office, but then it's like also saying you like the implication here is that men should wear suits and women should wear dresses, like it's Mad Men or something.
So many fucking places are more casual than that.
Yeah. I wore this fucking Doughboy shirt to work.
I'm just like, people be writing articles, bro. It is so crazy. It's literally, it feels like it's just, to me, it's as meaningless as what I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I definitely obviously have it on the brain, but it's like literally, I don't know, man.
So much of these think pieces, it's just like, it's like somebody needs a paycheck, you know,
and what it is too is like you just have people now built in to respond to it, you know, that's the difference. It's like,
and then there's all these people to the responders,
right? It's a cyclical thing that feeds on itself that makes it feel all important. You know, I don't think I'm like coming to any great conclusion here, but like it's
there's
just
no
so
great
crazy.
conclusion. There's no conclusion to take away from it. There's nothing.
That's the most disheartening thing of all of this, is because there just is no climax. There's no nothing.
It just goes and goes, and eventually we'll be destroyed by a world war on the planet.
Oh, God
sorry
willing.
to bring this hopeless nature to the show
today.
It is. I assume it must get there a lot.
That's the tone. Yeah.
I mean, there's also like a point to be made that it's like, oh, we're all just fucking rats in cages stuffed into offices doing menial fucking work.
I know, yeah.
Selling our precious 1/3 of a day off, you know, and you only get the other third to sleep, and
And it's so unbelievably awful that the only thing that we can fixate on before blowing our brains out is the air conditioning.
Right.
You know, it's like, to the author's credit, like, yeah, I get why you would be pissed at this because of the state of our lives on this planet, you know? Oh, God.
If only it were a smart commentary and all of that, but it's not. Yeah, no, it's not. This kind of does lead into our next topic a little bit, too. But just to wrap up this one real quick, the punishment here is... open a fucking window.
True.
Yeah.
You know, it's beautiful.
It's fucking nice out.
It's beautiful out. Yeah, shout out. What was that guy's name?
I can't remember.
You ever see that video that guy with he's like smoking the joint and he's like, it's fucking nice out.
the big dykes and Amish.
Yeah.
Amazing. Rest in peace.
That guy, just listen to him. Like his wise words. Just
it's fucking nice
out. Did you guys see that video going around on the 4th? It's like a really close video of like 1 million fireworks going off.
No.
Oh my God, it's so
Was
crazy.
it people running from it?
Yeah. And it's like really shaky. It's like, dude, it's like all you know is that it's clearly in like a crowded urban area and it's like so many fireworks. It's so wild. It's so wild.
Dangerous fireworks, man.
Yeah. Did you guys light any on the 4th?
I did nothing on the 4th.
I
didn't either, man. This was an uneventful 4th, I feel.
I took a nap and did some dishes.
You want to know what the fuck I did? And this is not something I'm proud of, but I'm going to say it anyway. Me, Nico, and Peter, who have both been on the show, we did edibles and watched Family Guy season 1.
That's the most American thing you can do.
We were like... Is it as bad as we remember?
You should have watched American Dad.
And we're like,
How was it?
No, it sucks, man. It's so much
really
worse than I remember.
Is it not funny?
No, it's not. Just like the dumb things that would make fun of were like so dorky and specific. Like,
right.
And just...
It's interesting that has not aged well at all, but Simpsons definitely has.
It's mostly in the writing. It just... The idea, like, it was like so self-important how they would hang on these jokes for so long. Like Peter... Oh, I gotta get a little help from my friend Jack Daniels. And it's like... And he reaches for the phone. He calls Jack Daniels' mom.
All right, Jack Daniels.
Oh, can I speak to Jack Daniels? Oh, holy crap. I didn't know that. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. It just was like... And he goes on and on and on. And it's like, all right, we get it, man. It's like a play on that stupid phrase.
It's a big inside joke that... Like, the inside joke was never shared with the audience.
Yeah.
Like, the writers just came up with, like, hey, this is a great inside joke. And then they're referencing something we don't understand, and we don't know why they're like writing their jokes that way.
It really truly feels like it's humor for 14-year-old boys.
Yeah.
Which is,
like,
when
we watched it, we loved it, and then you're like, oh yeah, who finds that funny? A 14-year-old boy. It's like, oh God.
Which is like, I guess that's an audience, you know?
It's an audience.
There's shows for kids, there's shows for preschoolers, there should be a show for 14-year-old boys.
I feel like 14-year-old boys, though, now they don't watch Family Guy, they just go straight to Pornhub.
Yeah, or Twitch.
Right.
And sometimes, or Twitch, and sometimes those things cross over like the bathwater girl. I'm sad I wasn't here for the bathwater week.
It'll come back.
Yeah, sure.
Someone shared on our Discord a story of like her selling Gamer Girl pee for like
that's fake,
$90,000 or something like that, and I was very disappointed to find out it was fake. Because that's the next step.
I was showing people who are not as in that world of the internet the Gamer Girl bathwater. It was literally to Wyatt. He was like, man, before I knew you, I never would have known about something like this. And I gotta tell you, man, I do not need to know about this. Yeah. And I'm just like, I just think the Gamer Girl people... is like so crazy because it like feels like this crystallization of like parts of my world and the things I like that has fully come into the forefront of culture.
It's weird. It's like, uncomfortable.
This is the stuff that I only knew about because I like lurked on the Something Awful forums. Like, why is this now a thing that people at my job can see?
And now you'll see it on like on Channel 7 News or something. And it's like,
Gamer Girl, you know,
how are they talking
called
about
Gamer
this?
Girls, and they're selling their bathwater.
The funny thing too. The funny thing too is like to reference back to the whole peanut thing is a lot of those people are like ex Something Awful posters who got jobs in the media world and are embarrassed of whatever because they're supposed to be embarrassed because they have jobs at Vox Media now.
Yeah.
So
God.
All right, let's talk about Black Ariel before we can't anymore.
So these Disney remakes, God, how many are there? There's Mulan,
they're just
Lion
remaking
King,
all of them.
I think they're just going to go ahead and remake them all of them. That's what it feels like.
That's what it seems like,
I know we've talked about it several times on the show.
Did you guys see Aladdin?
No.
I saw it. It's fine.
That's what I hear. They're all just they're all just fine at best.
It's like,
I think they just remake the cartoon, right?
Literally. Like, I haven't watched a lot in 15 years, but I was like, there's some bits that are more Will Smith specific. And it's like, it was good. They spent like $1 billion on it, so it all looks good. It's like, it's such a weird, it's like, I don't know. Who cares?
Or I saw the Beauty and the Beast one, with a lady, not by myself in a theater full of children. It was fine, but it was like the remake, but then there's like the one scene where Emma Thompson like is a feminist, and it's like, great.
Yeah.
Well, you said in a theater full of children. Do kids see these movies, or is it just like people in their 20s?
It was people in their 20s, and then a dad and like his little daughter, and the little daughter got scared at the Beast, and they left the theater.
Jesus.
Wow. So like, it's not even kids that are seeing this.
It's almost like I feel like Disney and Nintendo are on that same trajectory where it's like, I mean, of course I'm going to eat up Nintendo because I'm weak.
Yeah.
And it just, it's like, do a lot of kids play Switch? I don't know. It just seems like it's people who are in their like 20s and 30s.
I know, no, that actually is a good point. I mean, that's crazy. It does feel like the Switch really hit this like perfect cultural moment where it really got a lot of people back into a thing they liked as kids a lot, in an accessible way that is somewhat considered cool. You know what I mean? It like is acceptable to play a Switch. Maybe not on the train, though people do it, and I certainly would.
Yeah.
I've considered it, but I don't know.
I don't know. It feels like the big one. And it's not that I would hate on anyone for doing it, but doesn't it feel like one of those weird things that we're not allowed to do?
I'll do it on the Metro, but not on the CTA.
Yeah, that's fair.
And why is and you said that, it's like, yes, that is correct. You know what I mean? Yeah. Totally fine. Not on the CTA.
I don't know why that is. I think it's because
we're literally still embarrassed to be gamers, even though we're all fully grown adult men.
It's gamer month.
We're living in the shadows.
Oh God, it's so
gamer month. God damn it. So the whole thing, I know former guest of the show, Jake Flores. Yes, I can say that now. He had
my good friend Jake Flores,
super close buddy Jake Flores, had a point about
my best man at my wedding, Jake Flores.
When I do get married, if I ever find that gamer girl for me, Jake is going to be. It's all going to
be the Cumtown guys.
Just
are they groomsmen?
They're all they're like, who the fuck is this weird guy? So Jake was having a point where it just was like, this is just how marketing is for this stuff. It's just like, I don't think that there is a good intention behind this. I think, but I also get like, don't get mad at it because like, why? But also like,
it's like, it's literally, I mean, that's the thing. It's like whatever your take on it is, the fact that you care a lot about it in the first place is so absurd to me.
Yeah.
Dude, Disney people, I feel like Disney freaks are the most freaky.
Yes.
You know? Like that is really, like you were saying on Disneyland, it's like everyone's there, everyone is with merch. One of my friends literally works with a dude who goes with his wife to Disney World every single year. And that is what they do. It's like, and it's not even that I hate it. Like I've been to Disney World. It's
be
fun.
happy. I can't do it.
It's great. It's like people get psychotic about it in a way that it's like, it's not even, what are you even glomming onto? You know what I mean? At least with the weird shit I could read a bunch of Wikipedia articles about how spells level up or whatever. There's like depth to this, you know? I don't know.
Who are the 5 Kages? I think I'll stay up till 5.
And what? And did Gaara's dad have a dad? And do we know anything about him?
Oh yeah, that's an interesting thought.
I too know. I know a dog mom and a dog dad that are married. They would travel to Disney World every year. They got engaged at Disney World, and they spend every anniversary at Disney World. And it's like, what is your life?
Why? What is that? It's like good or it's so mind-boggling.
Yeah.
When Derek was on and he talked about like people,
also a close friend of ours, Derek Acosta,
close friend, Mega 64.
Close,
check him out.
Was he nice?
He was great.
He was nice.
Yeah, nice guy.
But he brought up the thing about like, I used to be this irony bro that you posted online, but now I, became just docile, and that's what you become. That's what you become. Is you become the person that gets married at Disney World, and you go back every anniversary.
I'm so scared of becoming docile.
Yeah.
But I also scare people away when I'm not docile.
I'll tell you, man, if they took my real things away with Twitter, it's hard not to. It literally, there is something, once it's gone, I'm just like, I just don't post anymore. You know?
I don't post anymore. I like Funko Pops now.
Yeah, I like Funko Pop. Yeah, I got banned from Twitter and I bought a Funko Pop from for every mean thing that was said about me.
Right.
I have a warehouse in my home and they're all Jack Skellington and the girl Jack Skellington. Yeah. And I make them kiss, and that's my life.
Fucking couple goals, man.
Couple goals. Dude. What's the girl?
I can't remember.
Lucy?
Or
I don't know.
Don't know.
So anyway, yeah, I think we're at a point in culture right now where Disney's not innocent. They know exactly people are going to be talking about this. And that's just...
The outrage machine is full fucking steam ahead.
Yeah.
The idea that it's any different from like how... Man, that's what's so weird. It's like... Why are we living in this world where like now it's okay for brands to use sort of woke culture and identity politics like as a selling force? And if you say bad things about them, you get in trouble. It's like
right. And it's weird because I even feel like a lot of people who are like maybe further on the right who get mad about this stuff, it's like their favorite movies in the 90s or whatever have multi-ethnic casts. And
it's the same
for some reason, that's okay.
And it's like, good. Yeah, right. Because it literally was just like they were born into a world where it was already okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I don't care. Sure, do a Black Ariel. Who gives a shit? It's a fucking... Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's that they're forcing people into this nihilism because it's like, I shouldn't care about this because it just, at the end of the day, it's a capitalist product. They're selling something. They're even us talking about this.
I know. It's like, and it's like you're doing.
But we're making that sweet Patreon money off of talking.
Oh yeah,
about
by the way,
Patreon.com.
Yeah.
Help us take away from the capitalist pig machine.
Yeah.
And fuel our own capitalist machine.
We're good. They're bad. End of story.
I was trying to think of the worst thing I could possibly do in the wake of getting canceled for Mr. Peanut, and I settled on immediately posting on Twitter my Venmo and being like, hey guys, this is actually a really hard time for me now.
You could have easily done that. But like, would you have felt good about it?
No. I mean, I think it would have been maybe evil to do too. I'm not sure because it's like
probably.
Would I have gotten money? No, because who are the people defending me? People as awful as I am. Hey guys, it's actually really messed up. Yeah.
And it's a shitty angle to come at from the point of view of saying like, I think that there should be diversity in media and you want to see representation in ways that you think is progressive and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, it's like, you can put Disney can put like more black actors in some of their movies, but what are they doing to fix like the very real problem of like, racial income disparity or the fact that especially in Chicago and in every big city, minority communities are just wrought with violence and stuff like that. And it's like, what are you doing to, besides just making movies and fueling more money upwards to billionaires who give a fuck about you? Like, what are you doing to actually like help? And sometimes there is sort of that like, oh, well, we're giving whatever percent to whatever foundation, and that's great. But it's like the cynical part of my head just goes like, look at Pride Month last month, and it's like all the brands changed their fucking logo.
It was so weird, and I felt like, I guess people started writing about it, but I was like, what is going on? Like, that wasn't true last year, was it? I don't think so.
I think it's happening more and more.
Yeah,
but
it literally just ramped
I think this year sort of hit, that point.
When I'm like, they're selling a damn Budweiser Bud Light can with a pride flag on. I'm like, what is it? Like, it's all meaningless. We're all stripped of meaning, and eventually we'll die.
And they're not really.
At least Vice paid me some money.
Was that Rick Sanchez quote?
Yeah. Oh, God. I'm becoming my own worst enemy. And the oh, Jesus, dude. My brain has been more broken by this Mr. Peanut shit than it's been in forever. Because I'm like, what do I believe? Am I just a guy that comes on podcasts now and goes, it's all fucked up, man? Basically, you can get canceled at any time. Wild.
It's so true, man.
Yeah,
listen, Morty.
And you know what? Ariel
you can get canceled at any time.
Ariel's black, and Sebastian is my best friend. And when I go to Disney and meet my curvy wife, I will get Sebastian to make the ring out of his car piss, and I'll just. Yeah.
Can we just say that's a punishment?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Like, I don't have any commentary.
Let's move to some voicemails.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, got a real quick. I got a Thought Cops word of the week.
Yep.
Zaddy. You guys heard this one?
Oh, yeah.
So a zaddy is a guy who's attractive and fashionable with swag and sex appeal. You might see a guy at the mall and say, "Did you see that guy? He was a total zaddy."
That's interesting because I didn't know that zaddy had a definition like that.
I didn't know zaddy was a word.
I've heard zaddy.
I've heard it. Someone said it to me today at work for some reason.
Zaddy?
Not me. No,
Damn,
some other guy.
Some other fucker.
Some other.
Sorry,
and
man.
one day when someone at work calls me a zaddy, I'll know I've made it.
Truly.
I'm finally hot.
One day. Anyway, before we do get to voicemails, Luke, I know we're limited on what we can plug you on at this point because we don't have a Twitter for you.
Follow me at Instagram, man. I'm gonna be using Instagram. I'm just gonna be putting my tweets on black backgrounds on my Instagram story. See how that goes for a while. No, but follow me at Luke Without Limits. You can find my dumbass videos on YouTube at Luke Taylor Cool Vids. Those are sometimes fun.
And Shrimp Boys has a YouTube channel.
Shrimp Boys has a YouTube channel. That's my sketch group. You can find our YouTube. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. You can find the rest of us on Twitter. Just not me. I'm permabanned for life. And I think I'm okay with it. I think at the end of the day, I think at the end of the day, it's either neutral to good. I'm off Twitter. You know what I mean?
It's a social experiment, if nothing else.
Right. And then eventually, maybe if I sneak back on and I make an account that says not Luke Vibes or something.
Right.
At Chicago Comedian.
At random Chicago Comedian.
Oh, cool. I've pulled that article up to show so many people it. So I hope you get all of the clicks.
Hell yeah.
Cool. All right, well, we'll get to some voicemails here. If you want to leave your own, you can do it at 312-788-7361, or you can email us an audio file at thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. Let's get to it.
Hey, Thought Cops, this is James Dillon. Hey, first of all, I just want to say your guest there, Derek, one of the best ones y'all have had in a long time.
Thank you.
I fucking love that guy. He's hilarious. I'm going to have to go check out, what was it, Love Line that he's on? And, yeah, anyway, he's great. Got 2 minutes of hate this week is the whole soy boy phenomenon and soy this is soy code for you're a pussy. And I fucking hate that, and the reason I hate that is I have always despised soy milk and tofu. I think they both taste like feet.
Yeah,
when I was a kid, my mother used to cook tofu up with cheese on top, and she'd say, "Oh, it tastes just like this cheese. It's so healthy and good." It's disgusting. I hate it. It's revolting. Get it out of here. But you know what? Now, having that opinion, they just say, "Oh, well, you must be some sort of alt-right guy. What are you worried that your penis isn't going to be big enough if you eat soy?" Oh, soy is for, if you're a real man, you'd be confident enough to eat soy. I hate soy. This whole fucking meme has nothing to do with it. I've always hated it. It's disgusting. Eat cauliflower. It's similar enough, isn't it? Similar to tofu, and it tastes good. Anyway, no, can you connect me to Detective Swick? I want to know, it is the 4th of July. I got to know if it's okay daddy soda if I use red strawberry ale and peppermint schnapps.
I just want to come
I'll be waiting for that. Call me back.
Want to come right out in front of this and say, stay the fuck away from the daddy sodas. Those are nasty.
First off, shut the fuck up, Kevin and Grant, for fucking judging me and my life decisions before I clap at your bitch ass. Second off, James, I'm glad you called, because this is a very important question of the daddy sodas that I feel that gets very underrepresented. Now, it's funny you do say this, because I am actually enjoying a daddy soda with pineapple reds instead of blueberry, because they're out of blueberry. I personally like blueberry with peach schnapps. But yes, you can mix up the cider schnapps scenario. And if you don't like cider, you can also use beer. Basically, anything that uses like 5% alcohol by volume, like beers or ciders, will work for the base, and then freaking schnapps for like the additive, because it gets really syrupy, so you just don't need too much. I personally just drink the head and then fill it up to the label. Sorry you didn't get this on the 4th of July. Have a good one.
Interesting take. Never heard anyone take that stance on it before. I personally like to switch it up sometimes. Sometimes I'll fuck around and get a tofu salad or tofu on pizza or something because I do kind of like the taste. I don't think I could fully.
It depends on like the sauces and like how it's prepared.
I couldn't fully commit myself to it, but I am with him. I think the soy boy thing is like funny, ironically, but I also hate that. It's stop.
It's the politicization of all of these different things, and like, you know, lately I've been on basically what's nearly the carnivore diet, except for the fact that I'm eating like salads and stuff, so it's not carnivore, but it's like I'm afraid someone's going to, you know, because I lift weights and shit, and I'm trying to lose weight at the same time, and it's like I'm afraid someone's gonna look at the food that I eat and be like, oh, this alt-right guy, and it's like, no, I just eat steaks. I don't know. I don't have an explanation. I don't know.
I think it's crazy that he said his mom put cheese on tofu.
Oh yeah,
I've never heard of that in my whole life.
I haven't either.
It does sound kind of gross, actually.
That sounds really gross.
Yeah,
tell your mom to call in and explain herself.
Yeah. And I'm going to need that ASAP.
Let's get that recipe.
You know, I think it's one of those things. Tofu is an ultimate food where it's literally all about how it's prepared. True. In a way that like meat and stuff, it's like as long as you cook it, it's fine. But tofu, it's like you just have to make it right, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right, next
voicemail, same phone number, shorter one this time.
Hey, Thought Cops. Sorry about my last call. Sorry I was so growly. I was really fired up, either because I had to work on the 4th or because my manhood really was threatened. Either way, got the steaks marinating for my Freedom Day, and I'm going to be a scientist here. We got Red's Apple Ale, and got a pint of that, and a half a cup of peppermint schnapps. So I'm going to mix that in.
Damn it. He did it.
Oh, it's glorpy. And we shall see how this does.
God. Rest in peace, good sir.
Hey, that's good. Fuck, I thought I was going to have like a hilariously grossed out reaction, but that's actually really good.
Oh, God.
So points to Zwick, and he's a smart man. And you should give him a raise.
All right, well, hey, Zwick.
I don't know. Can you give someone a raise as a detective? I don't know how that works. Anyway, now I'm not making any sense. Goodbye.
I think Zwick does deserve a raise.
Zwick's also the commissioner, so in the Thought Cops lore, he pays us, I guess. But
well,
I don't know how this works.
I don't get it either.
I can't delineate reality from anything, from posting anymore,
Well, I'm glad somebody liked it. I know Zwick's going to be happy when he edits this episode. And
he's going to be like, see, guys.
You know what he's probably going to do is put that ding-ding noise he does.
Yeah.
You know, when he hears that means he's happy.
His name.
It's just his tail wagging. He puts this like little like ding-ding whenever like someone says his name or something.
That's cute.
Yeah.
It's great.
Can't wait to see what he'll do with this audio clip.
Hello, Luke and Thought Cops. My name is Fat Kid.
All right.
I have a real problem with Cheetos.
Creative.
I eat a lot of Cheetos.
Right.
I was hoping you could kill Chester, the Cheeto mascot, Luke.
Well, I hate to tell. Oh shit!
He's still chewing.
Me all these Cheetos that made me fat.
Well, I hate to say it, man, but I tried and failed to kill the Peanut Man. That's the whole problem with this, you know.
Peanut Man's essentially John Wick, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
just can't be killed.
And I thought I was John Wick, but that's what always happens to guys like me. They think they're freaking John Wick.
Yeah.
Then they're between the peanut, or they're going into the damn Pizzagate place and shooting a bullet into the roof, and you never know what's gonna come next.
It's John Wick 4.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah. John Wick versus Peanut Man.
Hey, thought psyop.
Whoa,
that's
pretty good.
Tip. You know, when you want to tell someone on the internet, specifically to Tumblr, Twitter, when you want to tell some dipshit on Twitter to kill themselves, you don't just spell kill. You do capital I's instead of the lowercase L. So it's the Twitter algorithms can't catch you, so you can tell all the planners Peanuts Mans to kill themselves, or dumb fucking cunts who thinks that air conditioning is sexist. God, the fucking chick complaining about air conditioning pissed me off so bad, so I'm gonna blast some AC just to own these femoids, dumb bitch. Kill yourself, K-I, capital I, yourself in Minecraft. In Minecraft.
Okay. That was part of the Minecraft defense also. Because she did that on Twitter. I was like, hey, be careful what you say on here.
Yeah.
Because she says, she's told someone she's going to kill them, but she said, I'm going to kill you in Minecraft. That was
what if I had just done everything the exact same way, but ended every tweet with in Minecraft?
That's what we said. We established, in a court of law, you will get away with anything if you say, like, no, the Minecraft. No, I
was doing it in a Minecraft, a Christian Minecraft server.
Exactly.
That's so funny.
But that was also somebody, remember we were trying to figure out the parody O.J. Simpson account?
Yeah.
I was like, why are there two of these? And they're spelled the exact same. It's because they did the whole trick with the capital I and lowercase l.
I don't know. Smart. I thought it was... is that true? Because I feel like it would catch up.
I mean, that's the thing is people can report.
But I think there's an algorithm that automatically takes stuff
the algorithm.
I mean, sir. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. No.
Should we end with these three guys?
How long are those?
Let me see. Let me see. So this one's 30 seconds. Okay. I bet they're all like 30 seconds.
Let's go through them real quick.
So
let's do all of them at once since they're all...
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Lakembra's.
G'day, Thought Cops.
Hey.
I hope you're enjoying your podcast.
I am,
yeah.
I had a podcast once.
Oh, no.
Not anymore, though. I won't go into the details, but it's gone now.
Oh, no.
But hey, I still got Thought Cops, so that's something. All right. Gonna go kill myself.
We'll just do rapid fire and do the next one.
Go off, King. Don't kill yourself. One love.
G'day, Thought Cops.
Hey.
I hope you're enjoying your podcast.
Oh God.
I had a podcast
what
once.
What the fuck?
What happened, man?
Not anymore, though.
I won't get into the details. But it's gone now. But hey, I still got Thought Cops.
What the fuck happened?
What is this, man?
Something.
Are these guys friends?
They are, yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. Gonna go kill myself.
That's wild.
We were on an episode of one of their shows, and the episode tanked. So that's the backstory. One of their computers went down, and then my computer shit the bed. Damn. So we have no audio.
That was like a 2.5 hour episode.
We destroyed their podcast. Okay, there's one more. This is ACU's.
Please be the same. Please be the same.
Hey, Thought Cops. I hope you're enjoying your podcast. I had a podcast once.
Oh, we love it here.
These guys got good voices, man.
I won't go into the details, but it's gone now. Hey, I still got Thought Cops. So that's some... Alright, gonna go kill myself.
That's funny.
Oh, poor boys. Oh, we'll have to build them back up. Anyway... All right, well, Luke, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much for having me. It was so fun.
Absolutely.
You can support the show at patreon.com/thoughtcops. Leave your own voicemail, like I said, at the 312-788-7361. Keep tuning in, baby. We're back every week. We'll have more surprises in store for you soon, so keep an eye out. Later.
See ya. Thanks for listening.